Welcome to another laruan ni Obi-Wan action figure video review. So this time it's going to be Sam Fisher from the Splinter Cell video game. Okay, so this figure is also inspired by the new Netflix TV series. Okay, for those of you guys who haven't seen the shorts video of this action figure, so let's give Sam Fisher a quick spin or roundabout on the review table. Okay, so let's tackle the base action figure first before the accessories that is on the action figure. Okay, so head unit, that's going to be G.I. Joe Classified Series. The body is Action Force Valorverse. Head unit is going to be G.I. Joe Classified Series Tiger Force Outback. The body is going to be Action Force Valorverse Ghost Operator. The neck unit is the Ghost Operator, so with the neck joint, no modifications needed, just hit the head up and smack that head on the body of the Action Force Valorverse Ghost Operator set. Okay, so it is also a essential unit or accessory that this becomes a partial Sam Fisher Splinter Cell action figure because of the goggle set. So that comes from G.I. Joe Classified Series Firefly. So there's going to be two versions of Firefly. So the version that you're going to extract that goggle set or that night vision goggle set is going to be G.I. Joe Classified Series number 84. Okay, so the accessory that we're talking about is going to be that thing. Okay, so with regards to the color of the lenses, I just applied green nail polish paint. Nothing really fancy, something that you could buy at your local Walmart. There you go. So next item, so this backpack with the radio and the magazine pouches, that's going to come from Fortnite Metal Mouth action figure. Okay, so the sling for the backpack or a semi-vest like item with two magazine pouches for the primary rifle. So this is going to be a separate discussion in this video. Okay, so that comes from G.I. Joe Classified Series Darklon. Okay, but I already resized that item because it's just way too big for this action figure body. Okay, so simple method, with an X-Acto knife or with a scissors, cut it off and resize it on the action figure and add just a little bit of super glue on this section where you decide that you're going to glue. Okay, there you go. Very simple method. Anyway, when you attach the backpack, that's not going to be very visible. Okay, but you could also display the action figure without this item and it's still going to look good. Okay, so the battle belt, that is from Action Force Valorverse Deluxe Blowback or Sniper Blowback. Okay, so this is already a configured battle belt system of the original figure, wherein the magazine pouches from the vest, we took it out and glued it on the battle belt. Of course, you have to reconfigure the said item and you have to fit it on the waistline of the action figure. So cut and glue as you go, but don't glue it on the waist of the figure. Actually, this is still a floating piece. There you go. Okay, so additional accessories to the blowback battle belt. So it's going to be just these two items, which I just had in my parts bin, something to further accessorize said item. Okay, so we have the med kit on the 6 o'clock of the battle belt and a fighting knife. Okay, so this thing comes from G.I. Joe Classified Series Heavy Duty. Here you go. Okay, but that is not this knife system. The sheath and the knife is not glued directly to the battle belt. We still have a additional item hidden on board. Okay, so let's take our light. Okay, so just in case you have your action figure holding on to his pistol, you could fit a rifle magazine there. Okay, so actually that piece is the suppressor holder of G.I. Joe Classified Series Stalker's pistol. Okay, so you could even take that thing out, but of course this guy operates in the shadows and noise is not an option. So whenever he takes out his pistol, suppressor has to be attached. But just in case you want to just display this action figure with his very cool looking primary weapon, so you could store said item this way. Okay, so just fit the suppressor in. Start to do this in front of the camera. Okay, there you go. Okay, we were engaged. Then, and let's put the knife back in. Then, okay, looks cool. And let's store the pistol. Okay, so pistol is Action Force Valaverse. Okay, here you go. So this item too is from the vest of Blowback, so we just resituated said item. Okay, so that's it for the battle belt of this Sam Fisher action figure. And what is the use of these two pouches actually? Okay, so I just don't put anything on my action figures. It has to serve a purpose. Okay, so 2 pistol magazines, 2 rifle magazines, a multi-tool, a non-visible light or a red light. Okay, of course this guy won't carry a LED flashlight. It's going to break his cover, so it needs to be a non-visible light. Red color goes well. Okay, so these 2 pouches would hold on to a stripper clip for the pistol, and the other pouch could still possibly hold on to loose rounds for the primary weapon. Okay, so the other pouch could hold on to possibly 6 or 5 additional loose rifle rounds. Okay, so we're ready to discuss this item. Okay, so the base rifle that's going to come from Action Force Valoverse Deluxe Blowback. So Deluxe Blowback, we just changed the magazine that it's included because it's just way too small. Okay, so the magazine that we're using for this rifle, that comes from, yeah, let me pull the image out first. Yeah, it's from this action figure. Okay, so those rifle magazines. Okay, so how did I make that said item fit on the rifle? Okay, there you go. So simply just resize it with an X-Acto knife. Okay, just a little bit of snip on this section. Okay, and let's take the rifle that could easily fit on the magwell. There you go. And the cut won't really be visible. Yeah, I have to once again grammatically correct myself. Okay, now this item, this comes from G.I. Joe Classified Series Dark Lawn. That item. Okay, so let's pull out the image of said item. Okay, so where's Dark Lawn? Okay, Dark Lawn. There you go. So it's going to be that item. Additional night vision for Sam Fisher. Okay. Now this item that comes from G.I. Joe Classified Series. You have seen this accessory before. Nice, soft and pliable, and we have many on board. Yep, with the Vipers, and yep, Cobra Patrol Officer. There you go. So the laser, that is that. Okay. Suppressor. So the suppressor comes from the 60th anniversary Action Marine Sniper. There you go. It's going to be that suppressor. Okay. But why does it look that way? Okay. So take note of the magazine. Take note of the material on the suppressor. So easy, simple modification. It's going to be marine heat shrink. Okay. Because the diameter of the suppressor is about 1.5 centimeters less than the handguard of the rifle. Okay, so to make this item a little bit bulkier, so we had to incorporate heat shrink, or you could even use any type of military looking green cloth that you have on board and make a wrap for the suppressor. Okay, but this, you could take the suppressor out. Okay. Yeah, so I drilled a hole on the other end, and I did not really have the heat shrink up to the neck of the suppressor. So at least when you snap it on the rifle unit, so that exposed end still looks like a coupling of some sort or a connection point. There you go. So additional bling points for the rifle. Okay. So sling, that's elastic cordage, but this is no longer elastic. So found one that already lost its elasticity. So yeah, looks worn, looks old, and looks good on the rifle. And take note of how it falls just by gravity. Yeah, there you go. So we just made a hole on the buttstock. So just use a drill or your X-Acto knife. And on the handguard, you already have the grip. So there's space over there wherein you could just jam in said material, make a knot, cut the loose end, and use a torch to make that ball on both ends, of course. So that's going to be your retention piece. So instead of having to glue that the other end or possibly sew it, so that's the method that I choose. Okay, heat method. Okay, so that is for the primary weapon of Sam Fisher. So there are two types of laser. So actually the use of laser is when you're using a night vision device. Okay, so visible and non-visible laser. So we choose that the one on the rifle is going to be a non-visible laser, only visible through the night vision device or optics. Okay, so right now when he's peering through his nodes, or if the battery on these nodes run out, so he still have backup. Okay, so you would see that laser as an aiming device for CQB. Okay, so once again we have the figure and a different weapons platform, this time a knife. Okay, so a quick 360 or a roundabout on the review table. So actually the combination of items on the action figure with whatever accessories that you have on hand, feel free to really explore and experiment. Okay, so with regards to essential items to make a Sam Fisher action figure, it's going to be the goggles and the head unit. With regards to the body, there are lots of G.I. Joe classified series black figured bodies out there that you could choose from. Okay, some would have a little bit of paint, or you could possibly need to take out the vest. Yeah, there you go. So still many options or platforms that you could use to make something your very own. It so happened that I already have these accessories on board, so I am free to use them. Okay, so if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.